G'day guys and welcome back to GNs_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So for today's video we've got some absolutely massive news here. We've had the JP Dokkan Twitter announce that we are getting EZAs for the AGL Super Saiyan Gohan as well as the INT Perfect Cell. We got the translations here courtesy of Goresh, so shout out to Goresh, go follow him on Twitter if you aren't already, because he does translations for all the new units. So let's jump in and let's have a look at what they have given these units. So I'm going to start off with the AGL Gohan because he's probably the unit that people are going to get a lot more use out of. Very good link set to keep in mind. So starting off, he does get his leader skill buff up to 180% for Kamehameha, which is really good. Going to be very good for something like Battlefield as well, because he does also have the 3 key 130% to AGL. So very good leader skill. I know I do still use Gohan as my leader skill in Battlefield, so I'm definitely a fan of that. So his passive now, he does get attack and defense, plus 150% start of turn, key plus 2, and an additional 20% at the start of each turn, key plus 8, and attack and defense up to 80. So 4 turns, you've got his max buff up. Guard activated against all attacks and high chance to launch an additional super if HP is 58% or higher at the start of turn. So that's obviously huge. As a stacking unit, his defense can already get extremely high as is. So adding in guard, that's going to help him early on in the event. This guy is going to be super, super good. You can tell that already. As well as that, he does have a high chance to perform a critical hit if there is an android category enemy. So just another look at that. Potentially, first turn that you get him on rotation, you're at 100% HP. He could have guard and triple super, triple defensive stack. Geez, I feel like this Gohan is going to be really, really good for difficult content. 58%, I feel like most of the time you are above 58% HP. You don't really get dwindled down in this game. You just get like one shot with how difficult content is at the moment. So I really like that passive. I think that's super good. The crit against an android doesn't really mean a great deal, but that is what it is. So for his 12 key, he raises defense for 1 turn and then he gets lowering attack now. So lowering attack being the added part from the EZA. And then on his 18 key, again, raises defense, does Mega Colossal, and then greatly lowers attack. So that does give him a bit more use in events like Super Battle Road, where, yeah, he's just going to be able to debuff the enemy. I mean, not only are you going to be good defensively, but you're going to be taking even less damage because of that debuff as well. So, and further on from that, we've got Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Now, they haven't done an app update, so as far as I'm aware, it's not possible for them to be able to switch these active skill condition, active transformation, whatever you want to call it, unfortunately. So that will still be disgustingly hard to get off, but still, we'll have a look at this anyway. So, he gets the changes tech key spheres into AGL for 4 turns from first appearance. His attack and defense 158%. From the start of turn, so that's very good. Attack and defense, 20% and 10% per key sphere obtained. So if you can get him 10 key spheres, extra 100% defense, extra 200% attack, that's going to be pretty nutty. The Movie Heroes team does have quite a lot of orb changes on it, so that's definitely going to be a possibility if you're running something like the Gods lead and then combining that with Movie Heroes. He randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow when only facing one enemy, which will probably be a lot of the time. Launches an additional super attack when facing multiple enemies. I find it highly unlikely that you're going to be seeing that. If you are able to get this Gohan out, it's generally going to be against difficult content that's only got the one boss. Has a high chance to launch an additional super and to perform a crit when HP is 58% or below. Super Saiyan Goku is attacking in the same turn, gain an extra 59% attack when performing an Ultra Super attack, and if over 59% HP. So that's going to be pretty often. This Gohan links 7 out of 7 with the Namek Goku and the Tech Super Saiyan Goku. So you're going to be fulfilling that sort of part of his passive more often than not, I dare say. And then performs an additional super attack after performing an ultra super attack. So again, can perform the 3 supers. And that becomes pretty important when you do look at this super attack effect. So he gets the greatly raised attack and defense, so 50% buff for 1 turn, which is huge. Then causes Mega Colossal on his 12 key, so he does have the higher multiplier on his 12 key here. He's going to be doing a lot more damage on his 12 key, sort of like Namek Goku and the AGL Full Power Freezer, so that's really good. For his 18 key, then again, greatly raises attack and defense, so another 50% buff. Causes Mega Colossal and greatly lowers attack and defense, so again, gives him some more usage in events like Super Battle Road where enemies can be debuffed. I just don't find it very likely that you're going to be able to get this Gohan out in events like Super Battle Road, but looks super good. His base looks to be very powerful, which is where you're going to get the majority of usage out of him. Not to mention he's a unit that just about everyone will have because he's been on 6 million banners. I know I've got his TUR rainbowed myself, and I just barbara those extra SSRs they'll get for him. But yeah, Gohan looking super, super good. So now we'll jump into the int cell. So again, the category boost up to 180%. I, again, use the cell as my extreme int leader, so we get up to the 3 key 130%. That's just an extra 10% boost, but still better than no increase at all. So for his passive, he gets 120% from start of turn, an additional 120% the higher the HP, the greater the boost. So like I mentioned before, on you're generally more often than not at high HP, and you're getting one-shotted, so I think that'll be perfectly fine. A lot of turns you're going to be starting off with that over 200% boost. Gain an additional 2 key and attack 30% per enemy, so that's going to be very good against like Super Battle Road stages. When you're coming up against those 5 enemies, that's going to be 150% attack. That's a pretty big increase. He gets 50% when performing a super, which is multiplicative buff, so that's really good. And then high chance to perform a additional super when performing a super attack. So that's pretty good. He's pretty good because I'm looking down and reading his super attack effects, and he now does get defensive buff on his 12 key. So as you can see, raises his defense for 1 turn, that's a 30% boost on his 12 key, then greatly raises attack and causes Mega Colossal and lowers attack. So the reason that's handy is he can potentially first triple super, but they're not really penalising you for going for the 18 key super. Sort of a bit like Cooler, where you do want to be getting his 12 key off to really boost his defense. With Cell, you can have that potential as well. You can get the 18 key off, and then you could, get 2 additional supers to really buff his defense up. So when he does transform, this is a pretty long passive here, it looks like. So again, before he recovers HP, same as before, randomly changes a type key sphere other than int to rainbow, so that's very good. Orb changing is always really nice. You've got the key plus 6, attack and defense 180%, high chance to launch an additional super attack. We'll have a look at the effects down below after. Then reduces damage by 3% per key sphere obtained. Now, being a Rainbow Orb Changer, I dare say you would be able to get his 10 orbs relatively consistently. So that would give you around 30% damage reduction. Even if you say you get 6, 7, that's around 20%, which is definitely better than nothing. He gains 30% attack and defense when attacking and collecting 4 or more key spheres. Attack and defense 40% for 6 key spheres as well, and then again for 8 key spheres. So that's 3 buffs there. That equates to the 120%. So you could be getting him an extra 120% and 30% damage reduction if you get 10 key spheres. That's obviously really, really good. This guy could put up some really high numbers, I think, especially when you add in that he does have a very, very good link set. Let's see, he also does gain an additional attack 100% and high chance to perform a critical hit when the active skill is launched or 24 key. So with the orb changing, like I said, I think I think you're going to be collecting a lot of key spheres with this guy. So it could be very dangerous and very likely as well that you would be hitting that 24 key pretty regularly. And here's where the additional super attack can come in very handy, because for his 12 key we are greatly raising defense, which gives us a 50% defensive buff. That's huge, especially because on his 18 key he also gets another greatly raised attack and defense. Um, so again, can triple super, triple buff. That's an extra. Yeah, you could potentially greatly raise your defense 3 times. So this cell is going to be looking so much better than he was before. Don't be surprised if he's putting out some really, really big numbers. Cell's got a lot of good linking partners. The Androids team has a lot of support as well. So I reckon realistic rotations, you're going to be able to make this guy look really, really good. So there you go, guys. That's the details for the new EZA for the AGL Gohan and the Int cell. Let me know down below which one you are more looking forward to. I think they're both going to be pretty insane, pretty hyped that we're getting these dropped now. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.